Welcome to the Swamp, home of the Florida Gators, and we've long been told it is here that only the Gators get out alive. Today, a Sunshine State showdown, and in Florida, they believe their level of football is just a cut above. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the UCF Knights, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Knights will boot it away to start the game. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. So the Florida Gators offense will take the first swing of the game. When your quarterback takes the field, you want him to look just like this guy, exuding confidence.
Yeah, the it factor. He's the man. Nobody questions it. Everybody on this team knows they've got his back, and he's the leader.
Everybody in this stadium also knows the offense goes as this guy goes. He has got to play well today.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
That's a really good-looking run. I tell you, it's not easy to start at the running back position for the Florida Gators. When you think of where they can recruit in the state of Florida and really nationally, they've got a lot of the best around.
Going for the big play. And he intercepts it. Got room on the return. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Trying to start the drive with a pass. He's right on target. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Running it to the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Knights racing to the line in a hurry-up. The give to the back. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. The Knights line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The Gators sending the offense back to work. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this round.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn that field. You saw that right there.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning in one direction. And then
who's in the bathroom?
There, nice out route connection.
Close the door. Don't let Brooklyn in there.
And wide receiver.
They'll try the outside to the left. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the offense is running towards the open grass, right? They're going toss play to the field, but way too much penetration defensively, forcing that tackle for loss.
Looking for a man. It's Cobb. Pocket starts to collapse. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And the defense coming through with the first sack of the day. And I'll tell you what, this defense, they get so many negative plays, and they play so fast. Sometimes you think when you watch them on tape, they got 12 guys. Last week they pitched a shutout. This week playing a great ball again.
I really like this call to go for it on 4th down in this area of the
Where you
field.
going, Tatum?
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. The Gators are flying.
He's in the bathroom, Maddie. Yes.
Gets it out fast.
Nice completion here to this wide
Hey, come here,
receiver.
baby.
You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And how
Close the door,
about
though.
that interior
Eddie, close the door.
defense stuffing the run for nothing.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Touchdown, Florida! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
This guy's been an absolute force in this offense early this season, guys. We're only in the 3rd game. He's already got 3 touchdown catches. Talk about a matchup nightmare for opposing defenses.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Now they've got breathing room, got 6 all the way out to the 20. The Knights headed quickly to the line. To throw, it's Lincoln. Complete to the right. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
3rd down, the focus of the defense has to shift. It has to change. We have to understand now exactly where the sticks are. We can't give up those plays for them to get beyond the sticks and get those first downs.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside. Defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
Takes the easy completion. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. The Knights come to the line with a new set of downs.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get in the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They're trying to get to him. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top.
Aiden.
We've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. A swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards.
Encroachment. Defense.
Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking downfield, it's Lincoln. Back open in the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the... Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Grabs behind the line. It's Demania. There's a live football. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games. That loses.
We'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. They'll try to move the chains on third and short from the 25. Dropping back, it's Cobb. Fires left. And the ball is picked off. Even with minimal gain on the return, they're working with a short field from the 36.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Trying to escape and get it himself.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And it's no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. The Gators sending the offense back to work. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think he
Yeah,
can
they
get the
can check on
running
both
game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Wide out in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Going over the top. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. The Gators will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one.
She back on your own?
Fair catch, called for and made. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. We talk about
give it to her, baby. Give it to her.
Points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Quarterbacks don't have high completion percentages from their backs. It's been really hard for this QB to get any kind of rhythm. We've got to change something up here. We've got to do something different because right now it's just a sack play.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He's going to take off.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Makes a move. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again. Create some momentum. Just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Looking to throw, it's Cobb. Unloads to the wideout. Working on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Gators in the hurry up. To the air on first down. And it's picked off for the third time today. Bringing it back. He's at the 40. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. After the incompletion, looking at second down. He's looking to throw. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down for the offense.
Okay.
Wide receiver coming across.
No, don't go. Book and see. Just stay up here.
Dropping back, it's Cobb. He finds his man.
It's okay.
Just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Eddie.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are
Hey,
willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when you start getting those long yardage situations.
After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Looking to scramble. He'll pull it down and run. At the 35, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to continue. Leave a lane opener. You don't sack him right away. You allow him to get outside the pocket. He is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Quarterback checking the play. He wants to throw. He spins that thing down the middle. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Finds his tight end. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Back to throw, it's Lincoln. Bought a little time, lets it go. Grabs it in the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the 1st.
Slants are very tough to cut, but they become way tougher when you've got a big body wide receiver like that. It's almost like basketball where he's boxing you out. He gets inside real quick, uses that big body to shield you off. And even if you're playing man-to-man, you just got to get him on the ground and try to disrupt him somewhat.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. And it's good from 58 yards out. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. one more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to move it through the air. Showing the arm strength to the left. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too. Touchdown, Gator! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
Hey, what's what he doing?
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
All right, guys, you've been calling a magnificent game there in Gainesville so far. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. And with that, let's send it back to our men in the swamp.
The Gators will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions. The coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive.
No,
just
Brooklyn,
like they did
stop.
At the start of the an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
The Knights moving quickly to the line. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. Scanning the field, it's Lincoln. And they got him for the sack.
Well, the defense knew coming into the second half here, they were going to have to crank up the pass rush, right? They've got the lead. They're going to be seeing this quarterback drop back. How can you affect him? You've got to win up front one-on-one and get home, and they did there on third down.
He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He slings it deep to the left.
I like quarterbacks that are being aggressive, but moving forward, if your guy's not open downfield, it's okay just to check it down to a tight end or a running back and take the profit.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. The RPO, fire complete to the left.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
On the move. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Around midfield, go for it. This isn't 1930 football. Try to get the first down. Powers through the defender. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Looking for a productive play on first down. They're testing the right side here. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. The give out of the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. The Knights will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He's got great speed. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Line gets set, 1st down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands. Get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Looking for a man. It's Cobb. He'll pull it down. He's brought down at the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for a 1st down. The Gators want to move quickly. Pulls and fires complete to the right. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he's got it! Touchdown, Florida! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
This is just so demoralizing. You want to talk about taking a game over. That's what this defense is doing right now. They are just winning in the trenches. They're easily the more athletic and more physical unit up front, dominating this O-line.
Feeling some heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. The Knights will call foul on their punt team. And the returner will be knocked down. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. The give to the tailback. Still running at the 40. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. First down to start the drive after the break. They're going to ride this running back.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wide receiver shows motion. Back to pass, it's Cobb. Setting up the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. And they pick up just 1. It'll be 3rd and 9. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. With jet sweep pass. Touchdown Gators! And the stomping has commenced. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. Another touchdown for this guy, and he's starting to get in a groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the single-game record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's finding the end zone, and he can do it all, just showing it off left and right. When you play in such a physical league like the SEC, but you got a guy like this that can get an extra 1st down and really keep those chains moving and score big plays and big touchdowns, good luck stopping him.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. To the air, it's Lincoln. Got his man. He's loose. Ripping through the defense. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30-plus.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little.
And that one is picked off in the end zone. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback.
All right, boy.
These are are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this dude.
Put them punches
Florida
up.
has the ball back, and here comes the offense.
Where y'all live
There
with sister?
have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Got it set up on the outside. Still on his feet at the 45. Off he goes. Touchdown, Florida. And the route is on. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
Points, and more points. This offense
Brooklyn.
has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas.
Hey, don't take none out that book bag. What you got in the book bag?
Touchdowns, and you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back,
got toys in there?
That guy had 12 touchdowns.
Huh?
Well, 4 or 5
Okay.
of them might have been in this game.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Well, y'all need to go clean that. Don't bring all that stuff in here. Y'all
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Coming after it. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback. And I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought he was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest and pound that rock.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4th down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a double? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. If backups are on the field, they get an opportunity to run your playbook. So let them do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop. And that's what they're doing.
And that pass is intercepted. Looking for more room. The 40. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep pouring on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical, they were faster, and it showed today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.